Yo, you're in the studio with Leon Switch, and today I thought I'd run through some of the bases in my sample series, how to incorporate them into a groove. I've had a couple of requests for a tutorial on it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a drum kit straight out of, like a drum loop, straight out of the pack, straight into an audio channel. And then I'm going to basically create a groove just using the bass hits in the same sort of way that I would do if I was producing a track for myself. I just want to see how it's done, show you how it's done, sorry, and hopefully we can go from there. Brilliant. Right, let's get started. Right, so we're in Ableton. I've just launched it, so I'm going to we're not going to need any MIDI channels today, so I'm going to get rid of these. You will have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. So I'm clicking on all the wrong things and everything. Right, so let's start again. Right, here we go. Insert audio channel, insert audio channel. Right, so channel 1 up here is going to be for my drums. If I go to my sample packs, sample pack 2, which is my new sample pack, drums and percussion, drum loops, and let's just run through a couple of these and have a listen. Quite like that one, so let's roll with that for the minute. Right, let's bring this in a bit closer so we can see what we're doing. Brilliant. Right, let's get it so that it's not in the way of anything. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to start from there. So we've now got a drum kit in there. Brilliant. Okay, so now if we navigate to my bass folder and we go to the mid-range bass hits. Let's have a listen through some of these. Alright, so we got a little hit there, that's be quite nice. So I'm literally just going to randomly drop it for the minute. What quantize is on 16. So we've got a snare there, so let's try just before the snare. Let's go to 8s. I think that'll make our life a bit easier. Alright, so let's have a little listen, and I'm basically going to, the way I'm going to work with this is I'm going to randomly place some bass stabs in there, and then we'll try moving a few bits around, try shortening a few bits, reversing a few bits, and making a groove. Maybe pitching a few bits about, but we'll see how we get on. So, yeah, cool. Right, let's see how we get on. Sorry, you have to excuse me today. I'm struggling a little bit with everything. Right, so I'm going to have it just falling before the snare each time. I'm going to bring the volume up on them actually a little bit as well. Sorry, this one here. I'm used to working on dual monitors, so this one screen business is actually a bit weird for me. So bear with me, but we'll get there. So let's stick this in there, let's cut this short. This one, so it's on a snare, and let's pitch it up. Let's go through. Quite like this. Let's copy the bass drum, duplicate the bass drum and that one for a minute. Right, so let's grab these, we'll copy these back to here. See how that's sounding, but you can see we're already building up a bit of a bass line. And all we're doing is just dragging random, pretty much random bass, mid-range bass hits into the arrangement, and just playing with the drums, just trying to get something rolling so that you get like a bit of a feel for it, really. Right, see how it's sounding. Right, let's try something like this in here. Right, let's try just shoving it in the middle there somewhere for a second. You can see how just inserting little parts of the basses kind of makes a bit of a big difference with the whole thing, you know. Just to get a bit of a feel. Some of them will be too quiet, some of them will be too loud, in which case we can adjust them individually. Obviously you've got your channels that you can adjust them on. I kind of do a bit of both as I'm working, really. I'm not sure that I'd normally work on the one audio line, but on the one audio channel, sorry, but I mean it's entirely your call. I just want to show you how basically I would use these basses and create a groove. I'm not so keen on that here, so let's try something else. Nice. That's a bit more subtle, a little bit more in with keeping. Let's have a little look. That's better. A little bit tamer. Let's try this. That's better. Right, let's bring the volume up on it. Right, let's try knocking this up just a semitone, just to see what feel we get out of that. Nice. Right, so let's try something like this in here, and maybe we'll just try the middle bit of it, just to see what it sounds like. It's either going to work or it's not. And we'll probably pitch this one up one as well. Bad. Really like the last section there. So you basically get the idea that we're just randomly putting basses in there, and we're just sort of seeing where we end up with a few things. I do like that. Right, let's have a little look at the beginning of this. So obviously you'd split it across more bars, you can put fills in, we can pitch bend a few bits and pieces. Let's just see, let's just have a few more bits in there and see what happens. Right, I really want to try a bit of transposition modulation on this pitch bend, and I want to try bringing it up So let's go down 3. Let's try that. So we're down too low. So let's just, right, sorry, I didn't mean to add that in there. Let's try like just the one semitone and see what happens with that. Yeah. It's subtle, but it kind of works. So let's do the same sort of thing with this. Let's have a look, where are we? In fact, what I'll do is I'll just copy this one across, make my life a bit quicker and easier. Well, there we go. So we got a bass line done within a few minutes. I quite like it. I think it's quite cool, quite running. We could add a sub in there, obviously, if we wanted to. We'd, in which case we'd then need to grab a sampler. In fact, what I'll do is I'll save that for another tutorial, and we'll do a tutorial and added subs in underneath mid-range basses. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope that's a little bit of an insight as to how to make mid-range bass lines using the hits rather than complete sort of long notes and stuff like that. This is Leon Switch. Thanks for watching. Once again, I hope it's been helpful, and yeah, enjoy the sample pack. Brilliant. Big up.